Hello everyone, my name is Xiaolin Zhang. Today I made this video want to help me to do a personal introduction, and then I want to share some of my personal ideas about the traditional Chinese medicine. First of all, I'm a first year student of the Canadian College of the Acupuncture and Traditional Chinese Medicine. That's not means this is my first major, and interesting in my first major in university is the business. There are two reasons brought me to the TCM. The first one is my strong interest in traditional Chinese culture. When I was very young age, I have read lots of the historical books about the ancient China. That the stories happened before 2000 years ago. I find a very interesting knowledge or common sense that I have read the school of the South in China. They all comes from the same book. They have the same origin, just called Yi Jing, also called the Yi. To a translation, it can be called Chen Qi. I have a book for that, just this one, Yi Jing. Yi Jing can be seen as the origin of the traditional Chinese culture. And why I mentioned this book, because this is also the origin of the traditional Chinese medicine. And in China, there is a three-system culture. First one is the Tianji, just talk about the planet, talk about the universe, talk about the nature. And the second one is the Diji, just talk about the graphic knowledge, just like the mountain, like the river, just like that. And the third one is the human category. And it's in the human category is TCM is the main part of this. That's so interesting and magical to me. The real motivation for me to make a decision to fall towards to the traditional Chinese medicine is my experience. Must be influenced by the surrounding people, by the parents, by the relatives, cousins, friends, even the strangers surrounding me, based on the social value. So it's very hard for me to give the step to change my career to the TCM. But the Western, when I come to the Canada, I learned about the Western culture and to feeling the open mind, the open thinking with something, and the logical system. They all influence me to do this decision, just to be charge of my own life, to do the real things I like, I love. So this is the second reason why I come into the traditional Chinese medicine. Yeah, that's the part of my personal introduction, and then I will share some of my personal ideas about the traditional Chinese medicine. Say to the TCM, the first word or the first idea I want to talk about is the tradition. And here, the tradition in China must be divided into two parts. One is the time, and the other one is the direction. For the time is the accumulate of the time. It means the experience. And the experience may be the success one, maybe the failure one. There doesn't matter, just the experience itself is very important. And for the direction, it means the eastern, western, just like the graphic area. Because of the direction different, it's caused to the different culture. And this culture can be can made into two aspects. One is the mode of the thinking, the other one is the principle of the action. So this is the Chinese way of the word of the tradition, and both of these four things make into our daily life. So that is the ideas about the traditional. And for the Chinese medicine in China, we call the Zhongyi. And most people think the Zhong can be translated into the middle, but I don't think so. I think the Zhongyi, the first words, the Zhong should be translated into the balance, specifically of the dynamic balance. So the Zhongyi should be translated into medicine wants to keep the human being in the balanced statement. That's also the means of the health. So the TCM, the traditional Chinese medicine, just related three things. One is the time, the other is the direction, and the third is the balance. So this is my personal idea about the TCM. And for the what I want to do to do the practice in TCM, I want to say the first of all is the knowledge accumulation. So I will be do more reading and do more research in the traditional Chinese culture and the traditional Chinese medicine books. For example, like the traditional, the classical of the Yellow Emperor, 就是the 黄帝内经, and the 伤寒论, and 道德经, Taoism, the classic books, just like that. I will keep going on the study about this. And then the second ways I want to accumulate more experience in the TCM practicing. So I want to have more patience and to give more treatment method about them, and accumulation more different symptoms, how to treatment on this, just like that. And third one, I want to do more discussion. I want to join into some TCM groups and to do the regular communication about them. My classmates, my colleagues, or my teacher, professional, just like these kinds of the people, just to talk about the ideas about the traditional Chinese medicine. So these are all three ways for me to do the practicing in TCM. One is the knowledge accumulation, one is the experience accumulation, and the third one is the communication. At last, I want to share a sentence for my life to you guys. So that is this one. So in Chinese, I said that 直上得来终觉浅，觉知此事要躬行. If I translated it into the English, it should be knowledge obtained on the paper, always be feeling shallow, and must know that thing is the practice. So that's all. That's everything I want to share with you guys. Bye bye.